driving you elemental. Hello everybody and welcome to Brawl Stars. I'm Amy the Amazonian and today I'm playing with Ashling the Limitless. This is the pre-con commander brought into Arena and building around elementals. With Ashling in play, you can evoke, paying only 4 mana to bring any of your elementals into play. Then that card is sacrificed, and you get a token copy which has haste, giving you double the enter the battlefield and a lot of damage. And you do even have the opportunity to keep that card around if you pay 5 mana. But for the most part, you just want those double ETBs and a whole bunch of damage from haste. Now in this deck, I am predominantly running ramp and elementals, and of course some good cost discounters, because if you can discount that evoke cost, you pay so little and you can spam a whole bunch of these cards. Now a bunch of these cards naturally do already have evoke if you don't want to pay the 4 mana, but sometimes it's better to just line up your shot and take it when it comes to Ashling. In this deck, we're running a lot of the best elemental enter the battlefields, whether it's Shroud Stomper, Titan of Industry, or even Sunderflock to bounce all of your opponent's stuff. But some of these cards also have on-death abilities, like Omnath and the Cavalier Cycle. So you're going to get to use them all, and also a couple of fun old friends to beat your opponent down with one of the coolest creature types that we have. So let's take Ashling the Limitless into the queue and see what the elementals have in store. Jasoth, Sun's Avatar. It's going to be a big old dinosaur. But this big dinosaur gets you more dinosaurs. I feel like this might be some honest to goodness, hit you in the face and ramp with big Naya things. Dinosaurs is a pretty fun archetype, and it actually got a lot of support about 2 years ago with the release of this set. I want to say that was close to 2 years ago. They keep making Magic sets. Like so many of them. It's kind of wild how many they make. Elemental. I could go Flame Braider for more ramp, but I'm gonna go Ashling to try to evoke Titan or Lumra. Ooh, Urza's Incubator. Gonna discount those dinos. Ooh, or I could go for Cavalier. I feel like Cavalier into Lumra's kind of nice. I'll do it. So the Cavalier of Thorns gets evoked because we were allowed to keep keep the commander out. And then it dies. Then we get another one. Is there something I want to put on top of my library? I can put Wooded Foothills on top. But it doesn't really matter. I'm not really planning on putting any of those on top. Now I get to attack with this. We got our clone. Do I feel that there's too many Magic sets? Yes, because I can't keep track of them. Back in my day, we had 3, maybe 4 standard decks. This doesn't matter, because you can't exile a token from your graveyard. Nice. And next turn with the big hasty Lumra, this could be nasty. Ooh, Carnosaur. Rar. They could have killed Ashling, but they said, no, I want dinos. Hey, I'm an Elementals deck. You're a Dinosaurs deck. Jasoth is unfortunately, like, not super well statted for, like, this day and age. Oh, right. I should be Scalding Tarning first. To get more mana, more ramp. Okay. Then we do with this. Destroy the incubator, destroy the signet. And then we're gonna be slam jamming in, forcing them to block, and winning the game. Yeah, Jasoth, I feel like I feel like Jassoth, if it were designed now, would have like double strike or something crazy. Cloud, Midgar, Mercenary. Tutors when he enters, getting them an equipment. Also, doubling the abilities of equipment. Or, well, he doubles the abilities for him from his equipment. Cloud's cool. Mox Opal. Ooh, someone's ramping. I'm ramping too. Check it out. Bam. Ashling. Didn't get tithed. I love that. Yeah, it's a mono white deck. Oh my god, I lived? Whenever Ashling survives to turn 2 with like this ramp, I get kind of genuinely surprised. I could evoke Rotten Mouth and sacrifice Llanowar, but I think I'm gonna go Shroud Stomper because I want that card draw. Yeah, this is one of the best possible things to get to evoke out early. It's like that and the ramping ones. But this is so much damage, so much card draw. Also, notably, they did not play Cloud on 2. I was fully expecting like a Get Lost or a similar kill spell there. Oh, it's Felia! And a Concession! Yeah, they're already down to 12. And soon it's going to be even lower with that Rotten Mouth Viper. Rofellos, Llanowar Emissary. I do have a way to kill it in my hand, but they go first, and this hand is kind of slow. Well, compared to Rofellos, because Rofellos is a problem. I will mulligan. And I can use Explosive Prodigy to kill Rofellos, but they'll be tapping it for mana so quickly, just by the nature of their deck. Rofellos is so hard because, like, see how they got that turn 1 ramp? That means that if I kill Rofellos, if they play Rofellos here, they're just going to play him again. And I don't have a lot of removal because I'm running elementals. Who knows, maybe I'll top deck my Omnath, or I'll ephemerate the Prodigy. They could also have protective spells. I would say they typically don't have protective spells in Rofellos decks because he's so easy to replay. Like, why waste a slot on protecting him when instead you could just play him again? All right, pop it. Yeah, Ephemerate is, it's in this deck because of how much Evoke we have, even though you don't really use it when you have Ashling's Evoke. Unless you're just trying to cheat something in for less mana, since you'd rather have the, like, hasty copy. But Ephemerate's still good because the elementals we're building around their enter the battlefield effects. Oh, Nature's Rhythm, X equals 2, Priest of Titania. Oh, I did get an Omnath. Elemental. Hitting the Priest. While I try to get set up. Hi, Oracle. You can cheat out things like Aggro. I can cheat out things like Aggro. Aggro is not in this deck because it's not as useful as like an enter the battlefield sort of thing. Alright, there's a Frenzied Baloth. I like the idea of just going, I think, Incubator into Ashling. Elemental. Ashling. Chill. I can cheat out big things like Lumra. Do I have this deck list posted? If you type !deck in the chat if you're watching this live, or you look in the description of the video, yeah. I would say that this Ashling is built around elementals and not protecting. Which, you know, debatably a good choice or bad choice. I want to play that Baloth. I like elementals. You know I'm not gonna trade. This is a very small enter the battlefield, but it gets bigger because I have so many elementals right now. I kind of like going for Flamekin first. But if I do you first, then I do get to buff. Nah, I'm gonna go for Flamekin, and I am going to evoke it. It's not that strong of a blocker. Let's see, we can get Shroud Stomper, Lumra. I mentioned Lumra before. Shroud Stomper is also great. Vibrance, Cavalier, Stomping Grounds. I already have land for this turn. Cavalier will give me lots of cards. This lets me kill a little thing. Yeah, and I can kill things if I evoke the Omnath. Because I can evoke for cheap because of Ashling. Everything costs 2 to evoke with the Incubator. I'm going to play this and go for the evoked Lumra. I didn't have the mana to evoke that instead to get it for cheaper. But it would have been pretty cool. The scary Hydra? Yeah. So now I have something big and difficult to contend with. And they do not have the true amount of Rofellos mana they usually do, unless they give him haste here. They would need, like, Eldrazi style stuff, I feel, to deal with the Hydra. Or, I don't know, like a Bite and Death Touch, but that doesn't seem like something a Rofellos would do. Why would Symbiote? That's a way to continuously untap. This Baloth, I'm sure, is in here because they kept, like, running into Kataras or something. And we win, because we have a very large elemental at our disposal. Another Rofellos Llanowar Emissary, and this hand does have removal on my turn 3, which is already Rofellos is tapped. I will mulligan. And I also don't really have anything here. I could go for another mulligan, but again, there's very little removal in this deck. So I guess we're just going to race on the draw against Rofellos. Good luck to me. Allosaurus Shepherd. Cool. I don't have counter spells. Imagine that, having counter spells. Could never be me. Oh, I could play Ashling. Ashling, just like this Signet, is ramp, but I wouldn't be able to flip her because I don't have a blue source for it. Can you be used for abilities? No, only to cast. What do I think is the best way to build collections in Arena? Just playing for a long time, doing your dailies, using the gold to either draft or buy packs. I'm a drafter. I love drafting. If you don't feel confident with or don't enjoy drafting, just buying packs works. But what's nice about specifically playing Brawl is that you get a lot more bang for your buck because you only need one copy of each card. All right, they milled. They did hit another land. Dang it, Rofellos. I don't have anything too exciting to, like, spit out there either. Elemental. I have to do some dumb colorless ramp with the Ephemerate on Mutable Explorer. Yeah, unfortunately, Arena oftentimes will introduce what I'll call money sinks, which is ways to just kind of siphon gold off players because it's fun and it won't meaningfully grow their collection. Like Cube Draft, which I love, but wish didn't cost so much. Hang it, early Vorinclex. The cube. So I'll get to use my lands every other turn. Lucky me. Just keep blinking. Just make more little lands. Oh, I know, Vorinclex. Don't worry. Don't worry, Vorinclex. I know. Oh, I know I'm in danger. Cool. Mutable Explorer, you will do an excellent job blocking and dying to prevent 2 whole damage. Actually, they don't attack with that. Oh! Oh no, I just die because of Craterhoof Behemoth. Or they're gonna be greedy and it will be like Nyx Bloom Ancient. Oh no, good. They actually run Hoof. I found that, like, there's a bunch of these decks that run a ton of tutors and do not run the finishers with them. Thankfully, this person does. So we die! Ooh, 2 Rofellos in a row. Nobody ever wants to see that. Old Stickfingers. Whoa, that nasty old critter that puts Arden and Ulamog in their graveyard. Where then I have to watch them come back and exile all my permanents. Or I guess just make me sacrifice all my permanents. This hand's alright. It's got a Hobbit into Ashling, into Grief and Travelers, and just gotta hope that my stuff doesn't get killed, discarded, etc. Let's go. I'm so ready. Do I have Graveyard Hate? I am not running Endurance. There's probably at least one other elemental that does something related to graveyards, but it's mostly my graveyard. Alright, old Stickfingers. You keeping? I like your Aurelia. Old Stickfingers, you think we should call him Geriatric Twig Digits, Perry? That's what his nickname is. Geriatric Twig Twig Digits. Go, my Hobbit! Yeah, occasionally you do run into fair Stickfingers decks. And by fair, I mean non-combo variants. Let's see if they focus on killing Ashling. Yeah, there's usually a good amount of, like, discard and removal while they just set things up. Okay, they're killing the Hobbit. Okay. Bramble. Scramble. Won't be Grief in this turn. Can next turn. Don't think I need that. A Mox Amber? Sure. And an old Stickfingers? No, they don't have the mana for it. Pulse on Ashling. One, two, 2, 3, 4, 6. And Flame Travelers. This doubles up Elemental's abilities, including Ashlings, which can get very fun. If you're wondering why is Invasion of Zendikar in here, it's a little bit of ramp, but also it is an Elemental on the backside, which is fun. Oh, I'm sorry. This is not Arden Ulamog. It's Arden Bahamut? Arden Bahamut? Okay, wait. One sec. Got a Reanimate in hand? They have 2. All right, I'll drop both. Now they have to draw Reanimation! Okay, I guess I'll just full cost cast Lumra or Shroud Stomper here. Since, like, Ashling's on the sidelines. Oh yeah, I'm 1 off from Shroud Stomper, but I won't be for long. What with how the bear does the things. Bear does the thing twice. Oh, Elemental. And, like, hasting a Bahamut at me, like, yes, it'll deal damage, but there's a reason you use Ulamog. Ulamog wins games. Bahamut, not as impactful. Prototype X8 was actually changed recently. They made it cost 2 more, but it gets twice the discount. Oh, I'm absolutely keeping this hand. It has Reanimate in it. And their whole thing is putting creatures in the graveyard so they can get a cheaper commander and make some clones. I will use my 1 Surveil land here as well. I might just reanimate that. That's a really good elemental. Need something with blue if I want to do Ashling. I don't like that they didn't cast anything there. Memory lapse. Okay. Ashling's back on top. Moon Shadow. I could play this Ashling. I'm just gonna go for a little Ashling. I will discard... none of these because I have the land in the graveyard that I want. Elemental! And I do want a land in hand. Hi, I'm a roaming throne. I double triggers. Okay, so they're casting Quag Feast. They're going to mill. They have 6 cards in a graveyard. Moon Shadow grows, and now I don't get the double trigger, so I won't have quite as much damage or as much mana. I will still transform her. That gives me 5 mana. I could go for Vibrance. I think I'll go for Titania. Very fetching. Swing with that. Definitely not blocking with it. City Stalker Connoisseur will cause me to discard Lumra. That's too bad. Thrix is kind of just in here for funsies. It's an elemental, and it will reduce the cost of other elementals. It's fun. I should swap him out. Take the hit! I am not flipping, but I am going to make some good mana here. Let's go red and decline. Vibrance can kill City Stalker. Red. Sorry, I can do vibrant stuff here. I have to evoke. And this way I get both the triggers. I do not get them twice. And fetches are good because of the Titania out here. Grabbing my white land. And chilling. I'm getting live updates from chat about the Canada versus USA hockey game. I appreciate it. It's important. It's an important cultural event. It's the Olympics. It's also fun hockey. I'm not watching it because I'm streaming, but I will see the highlights later. It's currently tied. For anybody who's watching this later and is like, oh, what's going on? Well, what's going on is, I'm winning. I was going to Ephemerate Titania, bring back a fetch, make another guy, block if I needed to, but probably not block, and just swing in for lethal. Clive, Ifrit's dominant. I think most people know how I feel about Clive. I think he's super fun. And he's even more fun if your opponent opens with a power balance, which you're totally gonna do, right? Right, please, for me? I'm the #1 power balance stan in the Magic Arena community. So Clive's all about mono red devotion. You play a bunch of sweet permanents and you get a lot out of them. I'll name Elemental here, and I could either go with Risen Reef or with Ashling. I am going to try to go for Ashling here. And she's getting sawn. Sawed? Shorn. That. She's gone. I'll play the Risen Reef. See what's on top of the deck. It's a land. That's good for me. Polluted Delta. I'll just grab the Triome. Do I want another black source for Yargle and Multani? I do want another black source. I'll grab Overgrown Tomb. Or... actually, Watery Grave. That way I'm also in a good spot for Sunderflock. So ideally with Yargle and Multani, I'm never actually casting this. I'm only ever using Ashling. And they just undid my ramp. Rude. Because I want to haste out the 18 damage. That's the dream. Speed Gaming! Thank you for the sub. Oof! Gart Fury. They're killing this. Speed Gaming, thank you. So they've got some good devotion. Clive's going to draw them so many cards. And I accept this as truth. So much kill. Big kill. Probably Fire Crystal is my #1 target if I could get to Titan. I think we're off the Yargle and Multani plan. I think they're going to be able to block it. And I will grab somebody who gets me some lands back. Since I do have 2 fetches in the grave. Buldrotha would also be fine. Kind of hard to kill in mono red. I say that like Clive can't kill them. Torbrand gonna increase damage by 2. You love Lumra. Lumra's one heck of a bear. Oof! And there goes the Hydra. These 2 survive since it only increases damage to your opponent's things. And I am rapidly approaching death. I believe if I play Lumra here, I would die, so I have to go for Titan. I will go for Rhino and Destroy. Fire Crystal. Remember, they do have extra haste in their deck. Like, I got rid of this, but there is more haste in their deck. So they're going to draw 13 cards. A normal amount of cards to draw. That's awesome. The Crude Abattoir. Gonna bonk my Rhino. And they could take me to 1 by attacking with both of these. I think this costs 3 to equip. Or if they have any damage to face or another attacker, like Ragavan, then we're dead. Good game. I don't ever mind losing to Clive. Clive's cool. Ashling the Limitless. Hey, that's the commander I'm playing. But they go first. I will mulligan. I'll take a Hobbit. Hobbits are good. And we're going to see if they are focused, kind of like we are, on elementals, or if they're more of an interactive, good stuff deck. Ashling is like... It is a card where you could just run the best elementals instead of tons of elementals. Oh my god, are we about to just same hat over here? Spider-Man pointing meme? Whoa there. What city manager was I playing that got me staying up all night? Timberborn, the beaver game. I love that game so much. So I was feeling kind of rough. It happens. So I was like, I need a good shut off my brain kind of night. Oh, you know what's a good way for me to shut off my brain? Just play Timberborn. That sounds great. So I did that. Let's go blue-black. The problem, though, is that I played Timberborn until, like, 1:30 in the morning. I usually go to bed at 10 p.m. Yeah, Timberborn, it's in early access. It's kind of missing an end game or like a quest system, but it is a really good city manager. Oh, Semblance Anvil. Okay. Exiling a creature. Yes, Hundreds of Beavers is a wonderful film. I'm very happy it exists. I wonder what they have in hand. Titania, grabbing the Vista. Titania, grabbing the Polluted Delta. Making some guys. Red. Killing the Ashling. It'll come back and get to attack. It won't get to trigger, though. I don't really know how to nap. Never learned how to nap. The end game for city managers is that the game plays itself. Well, that's the point I got to last night, where I was describing what I was doing to Nick. Like this morning, he woke up and is like, "Oh, when'd you go to bed?" It's like 2 a.m. "Oh, what were you doing?" "I was playing the Beaver game, you know." He saw me playing it at like 10 p.m. "So what did you do in it?" "Well, I made West Virginia. So I created a beautiful, thriving beaver utopia that's able to survive drought, bad water, whatever else. But I also created a separate village that it's connected, that is living entirely off of donated goods from the beaver utopia. And all this sub-city builds, because it has no greenery, it has no water, is metal. It's like a pure metal refinery. It's pretty cruel, but it works. All they do is mine for metal. That's all they're allowed to do. How much damage is this? Ah, close. Nice. With West Virginia, the coal mining. Yeah, I also started getting them processing radioactive waste before I went to bed. Because, you know, somewhere's gotta do it. I'm sorry, West Virginia. We didn't treat you very well as a state. The Visa, Orbital Overseer. Gets a land when it enters. Has vigilance, flying, and whenever you attack with anything, you end up getting another flyer. It's just kind of a crazy good value pile, and it's especially good if you have landfall stuff. This hand's okay. They're saying hi. Hello. Sure, I'll keep Cavern of Souls. I got some good evocable elementals here. Yeah, they also have access to, like, all of White and Blue's interaction, which is why this might be relevant. Cavern of Souls, I'm not going to show it quite yet. Badger Mole Cub, they're ramping. Gonna make it to one of their lands, taps for 2. Elemental. Ashling, and a Delighted Halfling. I haven't fetched anything yet, so Titania doesn't work that well. I could evoke Titan of Industry if I just want a ton of great value on Enter the Battlefield. Or I could just play the Ashaya for the goods. Extra ramp. It's also a big creature. Oh, Scythecat Cub. Landfall will get them +1/+1 counters. Remember, this makes landfall happen. Forest. Grow yourself. This is the only thing with trample, so makes sense to buff it. All right. With Uprising, I can actually do a little bit more. So I'm going to play Ashaya first. Just casting it, making sure it's tapping the Hobbit. That gives me 4 mana here. I'm going to use that on Uprising, not on evoking the Titan. Yeah, it's like, oh, why do you even have Ashling out? Just wait. Okay, didn't get countered. That's good. Draw me a card. Oh, nice. Apparently, the U.S. has won the sudden death in the Olympics. This is for the men's hockey. Well, they had Force Spike. I was like, why didn't they counter this if they had a counter spell? It's because the counter was Force Spike. That's so cheesy. Go U.S. hockey! boys in the boy aquarium did their best. The Canadians in the chat, I assume, are disappointed. I'm sorry. Okay, that doesn't count as a land in the graveyard. I want to draw. This is going to draw me so much. All right, Titan. We're evoking it. I'm going to make the Rhino and... guess just gain life. To draw even more. We get it again. Rhino. Gaining the life. Tap you for Loadsy Green. This currently is just 2 colors, but that does let me take some things out. Your chat's spoiling hockey games for me. How dare you? Evoking Grief. Oh, I didn't manually tap there. Doppelgang and Tail's End. We'll get to hit both. And that puts me ahead. I'm not able to do my Prodigy kill because I did not manually tap. But we're still good. Eshki, Dragonclaw. Oh, hey, I'm matching into a viewer. Hey, Asmora. Let's have ourselves a good, fair match of Magic. Let's get wild with these elementals and watch Eshki grow. Eshki is one of those cards that just generates so much value. Getting giant, and also she does have Vigilance, Trample, and Ward 1, which means that good luck killing her. She will kill you. Both Eshkis are honestly such good cards. I feel like Eshki's just kind of bomb. Turn 1 ramp. I don't have turn 1 ramp. I have a tapped land. Behold, Ketria Triome. I had some people asking why I did not make this deck super fast after the set came out. And the reason for it was I didn't want to have to fight through all the Hey Buys and Rofellos while trying to figure out what the heck I wanted to do with the mana base in this deck. Because this deck, you could describe its mana base as a bit of a struggle. Because it's a bit of a struggle trying to make this go. What do we got? Ashaya? I'll take it. I'll probably go Incubator into Ashling. I wonder if this deck has any elementals in it. Probably some. There's a lot of just like utility good elementals. Many of which are in this deck. That's a creature spell. That's a non-creature spell. Eshki is now outside of Fury range. Unless we double Fury, but then I also have to have the mana to pay for the ward. Okay, yep, it's leaving that open. Good. Elemental. Here's Ashling. So something very important here is that Incubator is symmetrical. So if they do have elementals, they're gonna get discounted. Escape to the Wilds. Put some cards into exile here. It can play an additional land, and I guess Ruby's right there. I don't know if there's anything else. Ooh, Trailblazer will be a good card draw. All right, so that was a creature and a non-creature. Eshki grows. That's going to be 8 to my face. Oh, right. 11 to my face. Ruby. Okay, let's see what I can pull off here. I mean, I can Yargle and Multani at the face. technically with trample even. I know. And you don't have Menace. And I'm just casting Fury. Not evoking it. If I had evoked it, I would have, I guess, forced a block. No, I wouldn't have, because Fury would just get blocked freely by Eshki. Nice! And there's a creature. Eshki goes up to 10. I know, I'm out here like, how do I hit? How to hit? I don't think I do get to hit. Yeah, I think that's probably game. Here's Zashaya. She's very pretty. And this has trample, so trying to do ephemerate tricks won't work. Good game. Oh, Giuseppe. Good way to die. GG! Yes, smiley face. Frustratingly, about 1 in 3 games I've had today has been against Rofellos. I'm not really excited to play against them, especially because somehow they keep going first. Do I want to go for a double mulligan? Probably, because I'm gonna be too slow. This is just, like, the nature of the deck. This is how it is. I can keep this. I will drop Deceit and hope to get more lands, and if not, like, Shared Roots will get me a land. I have the Exploration, lets me at least play more lands out of my hand, so here we go. There's Rofellos. They're gonna go into their next turn and have like 7 mana. There's Nissa, who will double up all the mana they get from their forest and untap a forest. So they still have 5 more mana this turn. Healy Archive can get them all sorts of spells, including Lightning Bolt, which would be removal for my Ashling. Nope, they got a Growth Spiral, and they dropped a Growth Spiral. I think my best route to winning is probably get a fetch land, play Mutable Explorer, fetch land, ephemerate the Explorer, and try to kill them with Mossborn Hydra damage. Is that reliable? No, but that's all that I have. It's not even lethal off that, it's just a lot of damage. Dustable, okay. Gross. They can destroy my lands, but only non-basics. Also, they're gonna be, like, killing me with Nissa stuff soon. Okay, so there's the fetch. You gonna destroy it? Okay. Make it harder for me. I have to use the tapper here. Okay. Let's bring it to 8. And then 16. And I'm able to block one of these, which means they'll be able to hit me for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Assuming no other damage sources and Nissa animating one land. So let's see what they play! They are able to cast creatures off the top of their deck. Coven's online. Not too worried about a Shaper Sanctuary. Was killing Nissa an option? It wouldn't do much. It's better for me to try to kill them than take out a Nissa. Because right now, I survive. I think. Did I miscount? No, I counted right. See? Player removal is more important than Planeswalker removal. Sagan Raider Warlord is super fast, super aggressive, and, very appropriately, has Start Your Engines to track your speed. Which means I have to be careful about like when I'm fetching, because if I lose life when they've started their engines, speed will go up. Sagan is a First Strikers and Double Strikers card. It is Arena exclusive, but it is not... It's weird. It is an alchemy card, but it is nothing digital only about it. You could 100% play this in paper. And the more First Strikers and Double Strikers you have, the more damage you get. Ooh, there's a Thalia. On top of everything else. Do I want to just go for Ashling? Actually, kind of like going for Hydra here. Yeah, I'm going to play Mossborn Hydra. Does speed only go up on their turn? Nope. Speed works whenever an opponent loses life. Yeah, it's on their turn. But like I'm saying, if I fetch a land on their turn, then the speed goes. Yeah, sorry. I'm bad at the grammar of it. Oh gosh, there's an Ajani. That's just a very good aggro card. Go for the aggro crag. I can go 2 mana dorks. I could do Ashling. But the things I'd be cheating out with Ashling I don't think are very impressive. I kind of actually like Formidable Speaker next turn, using the Flame Braider and Ramble Familiar. We love a Bramba. Belt Mountain. The struggle of playing against a Johnny, where blocking and not blocking are both the wrong answer. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. Surprised they didn't just attack with a Cat Warrior there. Ooh, 8. Ah. Okay, well, I have a land drop. After playing the land, I will play Ashling, and then I'll be able to, like, I don't know, bring out something else. I actually might just go for, like, Muldrotha and the fetch from the graveyard, bring this up to 16, and try to kill them with the Hydra. Big Hydras win games. Hey bye, Forest Guardian. Not surprised to see these, because it is still a very popular card in the queue. I'll keep this hand. I do have turn 1 ramp. I have turn 2 Artifact or Enchantment Destruction, but more likely, I have Urza's Incubator to get some discounts. Now, notably in this hand, I can't play Omnath. I can't play Ashling. Doesn't matter. Still keep it. I can Fury that, but I'm holding. Right, Uro. Uro ramps for them. I just gotta set up so I can get silly with it when I can get silly with it. Do I think Hey Bye deserves to match higher? Yes. I think Hey Bye just generates too much value for anything, like any other option. And it's not necessarily that the archetype is strong enough to match into those. It's more that if you build the extremely, like, spiky version of Hey Bye, it will prey against a lot of decks that are trying to experiment and do other things. Like my deck. Alright, I want my red here. Want red. I'm trying to pick out one. Red, white. That's green, white. I'm sorry, I clicked wrong. I was not thinking. Alright, that's fine. It'll enter tapped. I was gonna go Omnath into that. I just cut myself off from red, though. Me trying to describe matchmaking. Dumb brain. This is what happens when you've had, like, 4 hours of sleep. Alright, this time I'll actually get the red. See? Look, I did it right. If I want to kill Hey Bye, I would need to evoke one of these. That's pretty easy to do, though. And I want to evoke you for 2 mana. Deal 4. And then get the hasty copy. I can survive a few of my own misplays. Tommy War. That is a big ol' exile. They're gonna hit Ashling. Kind of surprised they didn't hit Incubator. They'll get to bounce, and I'll have to drop something next turn as well. Omnath gets dropped. I'll drop the planes. Here comes Hey Bye, grabbing another shrine. This will become a creature next turn. They got Kyoshi Island Plaza, so they'll draw a card and get 2 lands. You know, Ephemerate. Wish you wouldn't. Ashling into an evoked Omnath. Dealing 6 to their face. Play the land. Buff the Chomping Changeling. Swing in. Omnath is very cool. Yeah, all the Omnaths are cool. By the way, if you put in the, when elementals die Omnath, it does work with Ashling's ability. I didn't keep it in this deck, just because there's honestly so many elementals to choose from, but it works. Maybe I'll add it back in. Yeah. We don't have mono green Omnath. We have all the other Omnaths in Arena, and I think the only one that doesn't fit in is 5-color Omnath. Yep, the classic Hey Bye Salt Rope. Hey, didn't that happen earlier today against a Hey Bye? Yeah, I cut that one from the video, though. Well, also happened with the DAC. But the DAC was winning. It was weird. They, like, misplayed and then were like, the shame. Well, good game. Not really. I don't think a game against a Hey Bye is that fun or interesting, because we see so many of them. And, yes, we're both 5-color stuff, but unless a Hey Bye deck actually has to run, like, every shrine, I don't know. I think Hey Bye should have just been Abzan colors. It would have been right to me. So I'll fast forward to the end. Oh boy. Ah! Oh, good! Game's over. Salt rope and hay bye. I recorded this on Sunday, and Salty Sunday is a real phenomena, as you saw right here. Prototype X8. Oh, I ran into one of these before, but this person's name is Fran. I like the name Fran. That's pretty good. I have nothing on turn 1. Turn 2, I have different forms of ramp. I surveil. They're gonna fill up their graveyard. Hi, Prototype X8. Hi, Rona. That lets them loot. Name Elemental. Have to bury it alive. Ooh, they're gonna do some nasty business with Prototype. Yeah, they buffed this just like a week ago. I already found that like it wasn't that hard to get this out, but now it's even better. Okay, Sephiroth in the graveyard. Reduce the cost. On-hand Dissident, that's a Reanimator. And Shambling Ghast. Good to have it die. Good for them to have it die. I guess I'll bring out Talisman into Ashling. And next turn, I can evoke the Shroud Stomper to get the turbo triggers on it. The double enters and attacks. I will ramp. I will ramp. Aw. Making a treasure. Surveilling Body Launderer into the graveyard. So now Prototype X8 can come out. And it is an 8/8. And it will be doubling up any creatures they have entered, so I wonder if they're gonna, like, I don't know, bring out a burglar rat or something here. Opponent? I'll need another blue or black source from Muldrotha. Oh, okay. They sacrificed Prototype X8 to get 10 mana. Again, they did reduce the cost of this greatly. They're replaying it. This could now be like Speedbrood Stalker or Shuldred or sure, Null Drifter. Always forget you're not actually a blue card. It doesn't actually trigger again on Enter the Battlefield, but evokes are still very good here. They're milling. They're killing, and then they're milling 2 more times. Scary Frog. Venser, Deceit. Rona's doing so much looting. Oh, there's another black source. Nice. So I will go for the Shroud Stomper. Invoking it. Okay, I got a Talisman. I don't want to evoke this. I will swing in for 5, get another trigger. I wonder if they'll block with Prototype. It still costs 2. Okay. Sure, I'll kill everything. Prototype X8's such a card. I still think it's weird that they buffed it. Like, I really wasn't expecting them to buff the card. I felt it was already really, like, pretty well situated. I've got a lot more mana than they do. And I believe I can only evoke from hand. Yeah, I can only evoke from hand with Ashling. But I can still replay things from the graveyard. Hi, Jace. Now they got double looters. Oh, but this one can't transform. So sad. Too bad. I have land in the graveyard? No, I don't. Yep, can't play that. But I can use its mana for Mutable Explorer. And I can evoke it so I can get even more little guys. Yay! Go, my little guy! I'm one short of replaying it from the grave this turn, though. Please go, my little guy. I guess I don't actually attack with it. If I did, like, I could attack with both to be like, I can replay the Kami. I would say Muldrotha is probably their priority one to kill. And they will be able to reanimate. Of their reanimatables, they've got bounces, they've got discards, they've got just big damage on things like Grey Merchant. Yeah, I think that Prototype X8 getting this double discount, but only an increase of its cost on 2 is weird. Because, yeah, it's going to cost 2 very often. Because, like, once you get it to cost 2 the first time, it usually just continues to cost 2 because it triggers itself. Like, it fills up the graveyard for itself. I mentioned before, I think, in a game, I'm not running Endurance, so I do not have the big graveyard hate.
I'm doing my best.
Oh, right! It's a conjured copy, not a token. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. It is able to transform. Do you have any instants or sorceries in the graveyard I should be paying attention to? There's too much stuff here for me to, like, look at. I'm like squinting to try to see like what they even have in here. Mausoleum Secrets lets them tutor. And like just get a kill spell. I feel like Dawnhand Dissident though, you can bring back one of the killers. Oh, they're gonna sacrifice Prototype X8 for free mana.
Has a solution.
There she goes. Welcome back, Prototype X8. Gravitic Herald. They will seek some mana value free cards. 3 or less. They're down to 10 life. They still have 8 mana. They can still reanimate. They could also exile things out of my graveyard, so I can't replay them with Muldrotha. Ooh, yeah, copy my Muldrotha! Oh. Or don't. I thought I was onto something with that. Guess not. Oh, there it is. They just did it on the second one. So they would get the trigger and then get this. Alright, you have 6 mana. What are you playing? I cannot even tell what's happening in your graveyard. An Accursed Marauder? Oh, this one's a token. That's okay. I'll drop Gamia Bamboo Groves. If I remember right, this ability does not properly get doubled with Prototype. Or does it now? Okay, good. It does. Ashling actually does work with this. If you cause me to sacrifice a non-token elemental, I do get a copy. You think Gravitic Herald's fun in this? Okay, they're grabbing Phantasmal Image again. To clone... Gravitic Herald some more. And get 2 more free Warpies. Oh, just 1 more, and they're doing Muldrotha again. I'm just along for the ride at this point. Ooh, this will double things that they bring out from the graveyard. That's pretty sweet. Twilight Diviner, I absolutely think goes into a lot of like Prototype X8 and similar decks. Welcome back, Accursed Marauder. I guess I'll draw Muldrotha, get a token copy of it. Drop the Fanatic. I don't have a choice. Yeah, I do think it's funny. Ashling doesn't care about who's causing the sacrifice. Just that something was sacrificed. Is this the commander deck but in arena? No. This is my own brew around Ashling because they did not put a lot of the commander-only elementals into arena. So unfortunately, there goes my graveyard. There goes my, like, reusing this. Yeah, sure. You should exile your own graveyard. Oh, they still have something for free in their hand. They can warp out. I'm just waiting. Can I pay the 5 different colors, though? I don't think so, because I have some things that are, like, only for abilities. Maybe I could keep one. Prototype X8 is Nazgul. You could do it. Okay, we good? Okay, a bunch of things are gonna go away. Alright, great. Well, that's very helpful. I will evoke this. And take out the lifelinking blocker to start. Then we get the copy. In the copy, I will take out these 3 blockers. And now I can animate the lands. And swing in for lethal. Had to wait through their stuff, but I had it. Thanks to a handy-dandy top deck. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Brawl Stars. Ashling, you're pretty cool. And yes, it did take me a while to work on this deck to get it where I wanted to be so I could record it. I will say, this is a deck that I still probably would spend some time tweaking. It's really hard to figure out, like, do I want to cut some of this 2-cost ramp in order to add different 1-cost cards? Do I want to put more interaction in the deck and take out some of the elementals? These are decisions that are really tough for a 5-color commander that has a fairly niche creature type. Yes, there's a ton of elementals, but outside of, say, Scampering Scorcher and Risen Reef, they're not designed that well to work together. I guess also Omnath. You have these cards that Some of them are elementals that help other elementals. Some of them are just busted, broken in half designs. Some of them are just good stuff, but they don't necessarily have that much, I don't know, triggers that help the other triggers outside of maybe the Landfall. But that doesn't make it bad, it just makes it even more fun. I think this deck is really great to play, and I absolutely recommend it if you want to try an Elementals deck that's not an Omnath. If I were going to build just a pure Elemental like typo deck, I would either go with this Ashling or this Omnath. They're both really good choices because they give you the main body of elementals. And if you want to do elemental combos, Salicinder and Soot is a very silly commander. You've probably seen me play against it in some videos and you're like, wow, how does this even exist? And the answer to that is it shouldn't exist. It's a ridiculous card. If you're looking for my deck list, you can find it in the description of the video. And if you'd like to suggest a commander for me to brew from the upcoming Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles set, let me know. I uploaded my set review so you can see me talk about every single card that is in that set. At least the draftable cards. But I also found out that we are going to be getting the legendary creatures from the commander deck. So if there's, I don't know, a legendary creature that you are just itching to see, let me know. There's some good ones out there. Thank you all so much for watching, and have a brawlful day.